Hey, a question I like to ask up top to people is rituals.
Okay.
I'm fascinated by this idea of rituals. Do you have any rituals before you direct or anything like that? Like, do you have a habit you do that when you direct things? Or
As soon as this goes back to childhood. If I'm working, I don't do anything in my social life while I'm working. So if I go direct an episode of a show,
right,
we have 1 week of prep and then 1 week of shooting. So that weekend before prep, I'll do something Friday. I'll do something light Saturday. Sunday, I'm doing nothing.
You're just prepping, or you're just getting in the zone.
It's just getting in the zone because I have to keep my head there. So I'll do that, and then every night that week, and then that weekend between prepping and shooting, I don't do shit. Like, I'm just prepping. I'm going over my plans over and over again. My girlfriend's had to, like, adjust to that.
Yeah,
of
course.
Just so you know, when I go on a show, you're not going to see me. Like, we'll talk, but my head's going to be gone. And anytime I have done something the day before shooting, I don't feel like I'm on my game the next day.
Sure,
I allowed my head to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
But that comes from childhood. Like, I refused to do anything on the last day of summer because I was like, it's over. Why am I going to I just need to get in the zone.
It's like a weird reverse what's it called? What do you when you put things off?
Procrastinate.
It's like a weird reverse procrastinate type of thing.
It's weird. I think I'm just worried about if my focus goes off that I may have lost a chance to come up with something.
So during that week, like, you'll do a 12-hour day on, say, Last Man on Earth or something recent you've directed.
Right.
And then you go home and literally you don't do anything. You're literally still thinking about the episode, essentially?
Yeah, well, I mean, when we're prepping, for sure. And then when we're shooting, I come home and immediately go over the next day's plans. And, like, because I just have to make... And, you know, you learn something every day. So as we go, I'm like, okay, this took a little longer, so maybe this will help.
Oh, you're thinking about time, too, even. Wow.
I mean, that's half of the job.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Most people sadly don't think about how much work directors have. And I mean, you're in charge of everybody on set. So it's like,
it's more, if
you're not on top of your shit, nothing's going to be on top of your shit.
It's more logistics than it's creative. I mean, that's the one thing that I've learned over time. You have to really be good at the logistic stuff to make the creative
Are you
stuff.
into that?
I like it.
Yeah.
But that's because I like numbers. I like math. I like figuring out stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like that.
I'm salivating at this day.
Right.
Ooh, logistics.
Yeah. No, it's
like a UPS worker or something.
It's fun for me where I know, okay, if I do a scene with this many people that's this many pages, it takes this long, and then it's just math. It's all math and figuring out how it goes. And then as the prep week goes, the ADs are amazing at figuring out the schedules, but sometimes they'll bring it to me and they'll be like, how do we fix this?
Right.
I'm like, oh, I get off on that stuff.
That's fantastic.
Give me 1 hour and then I'll know how to figure it out.
Do you know Matt Shackman? He's directed a bunch of TV like Always Sunny and things like Fargo and things like that.
I've never met him, but I know his name. I remember seeing his name on Sunny constantly.
Yeah. He talked about getting to set first. He always had to get to set first because he didn't want the chaos to be there already when he got there. He wanted to come to a clean slate and slowly let it come to him.
That's cool. I like that. That's not me. I'm like, no, I get there. I had like one of the first shows I was on, like the AD, like I was showing up like on the dot. Like, if we had to be there at 5 a.m., I was there at 5.
Yeah.
And one day I was like 2 minutes late. And he was just like, you should come a little earlier. And I was like, well, the call sheet said 5. Like, if you want me to come 4:45, I'll come. But like, I was like,
just change the call sheet.
I will push it to the minute. I was just like, there's no
it's
reason.
that early. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm that's good. I like that a lot.
It's an interesting.
It's tough showing up, and it's already crazy.
Yeah,
because another part of the job is
because they're all looking to you.
Yeah, and I have to set the tone. I have to set the energy on set. I'm not a yeller. I don't get mad at people.
Hey, you seem pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't mean like hip. I meant.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like, oh, you're not very receptive. No. But yeah, it's to me, it's important to set the tone and keep it calm, and because if I'm yelling, everybody's off. And how do we make funny stuff if everybody's yelling?
I love that. What else? Anything else in line with that in directing? Like you mentioned, you're cool and collected. You don't have any.
I'm pretty easygoing. People often bring me back because they like working with me.
Yeah,
I mean, these are the notes that I get. I usually ask someone like, "What did I do right? What did I do wrong?" which is a scary
Wait,
thing
who
to
gives
ask.
the director notes and things like
I'll
that?
ask producers, I'll ask writers, I'll ask showrunners. I'll just be curious. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I know it turned out, but like, what did I get wrong? Or like,
Right, sure.
what could I do better next time?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because it's like each thing. I feel like anything in life, especially director, each thing has to be better than the last thing.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I have friends now that like will send me sketches, and I'm like, I can't. I'm like not supposed to do a sketch now because I'm like, I've been so fortunate this last year, and I'm getting into like half-hour stuff. But then if I do multiple episodes of a show, every episode has to make the last one look horrible. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
It's like this one has to be the one.
So
like,
right.
On Last Man, each one I felt better about. Like I think they all turned out.
That's great. So everything you do, you ask for notes on essentially from as many people as you can.
I try to.
That's
like,
great.
Yeah, I want to
should do
know.
that.
It's good
Because I like feedback, but I always feel so weird asking for stuff.
Well,
especially in this world.
It is weird, and sometimes my way is like I'll ask about other directors, and then in turn they'll start giving me they'll start telling me what I'm doing right, and well you do this, and this director didn't do this.
Oh,
this guy was yelling. It's good that you did that. Like that. That's a way that I'll learn. It's just trying to figure out what people's sticks.
It's not bad.
Writers like me because I listen to them on set. A lot of directors don't like writers being around. I love it. I think it's great. It's
it's their vision ultimately.
It's a collaborative environment. We're
totally
making this together.